And they're like, hit this pose. And
Hi everybody, I'm Noelle.
Leslie.
We are pre-recording this because all the social media platforms will not let us upload and move shit around easy. So we're just going to say screw it. We're going to do our own way and we're going to upload these videos. So we set a timer and we're going to try to right now because it's for Monday's
And we are at,
destination.
oh, this says gas.
Yeah, that's our destination. That's the men's clothing line, by the way.
Yeah, I got a jacket.
Females clothing line is the
Yeah, I bought a
better
jacket.
match. Where's your jacket?
Right here. Oh, I don't know. It's somewhere behind you.
Oh, show the jacket. Show the jacket.
Black on black. Black on
Yeah,
black.
but it's like got really cool stuff on it.
Yeah. Amazing.
It is, and it's warm. Okay, so this is for Monday's mottos. So first thing we want to tell y'all is that if you have mottos or quotes or things you want us to discuss, you know, that we can
highlight you.
Yes, we will highlight you. We will send you. We will tag you. We will talk about it, and we will like shred it.
Right.
So we're gonna look up now because we had some people send. Leslie's gonna look on her phone.
I have it ready. That's why I was,
Right.
that's
Go
why
ahead.
I wanted to do
Nope.
this before.
I want to get it ready on film.
Okay.
Nope. See, this is the whole unedited part. She wanted to do it before, and I'm like, hell no, we're gonna do it
Well,
on
15
film.
minutes goes fast.
Oh, and by the way, if I got the circles under my eyes, it's because I got no sleep last night. Well, I did get
I've
some
been up
sleep.
since 2 a.m. and it's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. I did get some sleep. It was just not good sleep because I was tossing and turning. And then her dumbass, like first thing in the morning, is like, we got to go to the gym
Hey,
early.
I'm very smart. My ass is smart.
Wanted to go to the gym, so I told her the first thing I'm doing is punching you. So just pick one.
I want to find it.
Just pick one. It doesn't matter.
Is this it? This is it.
I don't know. I have my glasses. I'm blind at the back.
Okay, so it says, pain is your friend, your ally. It will tell you when you are seriously injured. It will keep you awake and angry and remind you to finish the job and get the hell home. But did you know the best thing about pain? Is that it lets you know that you're not dead yet. And that was sent in by one of our followers, Megan.
Megan.
Yeah, so,
So, here we go. You ready?
yeah.
What, Leslie, does this massive, wordy quote mean to you?
Okay, so I love pain.
That is a
I-
dangerous statement.
When it comes to training, I absolutely love it. When I was in triathlon, I would tell my triathlon coach, like, I love failing. I love the feeling, like, whenever I would do a hard, like, bike was, like, my thing, my jam. Like, I like swimming, but, like, cycling was where I got the most pain. And in training, he would give me these really hard workouts, and a lot of times I would fail at them, but I loved that. I loved failing and feeling that pain because then I knew, like, the only name of pain is growth and strength.
Right.
And then I'd get on, like, race day, and it would be like, no big deal.
Right. It was kind of like
So
when you
much
were,
that it was not a big deal that I broke both my hips cycling.
So apparently that actually goes into that quote where it talks about you keep pushing through the pain.
Right.
So the motto there is don't push through pain.
I don't know, I love it. I search for it.
Push
I
through
search
pain
for
and you
it.
break 2 hips.
I love it, and I think that's why I fell in love with bodybuilding. It's because you're never going to be the best. There's always going to be someone better than you.
Yes.
And it's you against yourself, and
Yeah.
you have to learn to not be so easy on yourself and push yourself harder
Yeah.
than you think you should. And most people give up. They run away from pain. Anytime they get a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit of pain, they're like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. When in reality, that's the only way you grow. The only way you get better is to head on, like, hit that pain head on
Yeah.
and overcome it and conquer the fuck out of it and
Yeah. Well,
make
and
those gains.
the thing that most people don't understand is, like, if you can learn how to conquer pain and normal things like working out,
Learn to love it.
then
Learn to love it.
you will be able to do it in life, because life is one series of things being thrown at you, and sometimes it's painful. Sometimes the things that we have to go through in life are extremely painful, unpredictable. You don't know it's coming, but what makes you strong, in my opinion, is when you get knocked down, what do? It's painful. I mean, you have to go through death or betrayal or somebody ripping you off. I mean, just any of those negatives, chaos, drama. sometimes it knocks you to your core. It takes everything away from you, and you literally have to, do I start over and go for a good life, or do I stay where I'm at and let it just eat me up? That's painful.
Well, okay, so I'm taking what you said, what I learned from my years of sobriety, I'm over 6 years sober.
6 years sober.
Like 6.5. I learned that there are things that are being painful in your life and things that hurt you. But the bottom line is it's okay that it's painful, but it's not okay for it to break you.
Yeah.
So when you have something that makes you uncomfortable or brings you pain, you let it, like, you feel those feelings, but you don't let it break you.
Yeah.
You don't let it break you, and that's why you always want to look for pain and push yourself and prove to yourself that it's just a feeling. It's just a feeling.
Yeah, pain doesn't even really exist. It's a word that we've created. But the emotional...
I tell my kids, I'm like, it's just a feeling.
It's a feeling.
It passes.
And it's how you deal with it. Because pain is an emotional thing, but then how you deal with it emotionally is also it either makes you stronger or it keeps you stagnant. And it's okay to be stagnant because eventually you will come out of it. But I choose to okay, this is the most painful thing I've ever had to go through.
But it didn't break you.
But I'm not gonna let it break me.
Right.
It feels like it's gonna break me, and you cry. But what it does
but you don't run away from that pain, right?
Well, what it does is it makes me look in the mirror and go, what could I have done better?
Right. Exactly.
This does not define me as a person. Yeah. What do I need to change?
And that's what I meant about failing. Like, I like to fail. Like, I like to learn of what to do better. So you worded it a lot better than I did.
Thank you. But I also learned that because my grandfather taught me that when you make mistakes, they're not mistakes, they're lessons.
Right.
And if you can look at it as a lesson, then you find a solution. And that's why my brain works. My brain is always fixing and finding solutions. That's how I work. Because that's how I was taught from really early on. It's like, you don't like what's going on with you. What is the lesson? How do you change it? What's the solution?
I'm constantly looking for character flaws in myself and my own worst.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm the opposite.
I like that. I like trying to better myself. I'm never going to be perfect, but damn near I'm going to try my hardest to be the best me I can be and keep my side of the street clean and admit my faults and search for that pain. Like, it makes me feel alive to fail at things and know I'm not up here. Like, I'm still down here and I'm always learning and growing and trying to be better.
See, I'm the opposite because I was brought up to have a lot of self-confidence in what you do and who you are, which I'm not that you don't.
That gives me self-confidence, overcoming all that.
Like, I don't like to have flaws, but I know I have flaws, and then I try to upgrade the flaws, correct them. I know I have them, but see, because I am confident, my whole life people have thought, oh, well, she's perfect. Oh, she doesn't think she does anything wrong, or she's a know-it-all. It's like, no, I know my flaws. Right. I just don't have to put them out there because you already know them too.
I think that if you don't go through pain, how can you be confident? You have nothing to base it on. If you run away from everything painful in your life, you're not really living. So I think that's a lot. That quote can be a lot.
Yes, I never run away. I never seek out pain, but I never run away from it. I always strive to have the best life that I possibly can, and I'm always thinking outside the box. Because again, I was taught, you don't have to be like everyone else. You don't have to do things like everyone else. If something doesn't sit with you and you don't think that that's where you want to be, go outside the box. And it may be painful, and it may make you different, but that's what being a unicorn is.
Right.
And you have to have self-confidence to do that. What's our time?
We're at 9 minutes.
Wow, we're doing good.
I know.
So we definitely, we'll keep talking on this, but we definitely want to hear from y'all because this is a pre-recorded. So we want to know different things in your life that you're willing to share in the comments or DM us of think of that moment in your life where you had to learn from pain, and what did you learn? Did it make you stronger? Did it feel like it broke you? Let us know, because what we're doing here is if we can put out there and one person sees it and it makes a difference in their life, they don't feel so alone. That's what all of y'all can do when you're actually engaging and commenting and leaving your experiences. So that's what today's about.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more serious than what we normally do, but that's okay.
And I will say, if you always are easy on yourself and you run away from pain or you run away from things that are uncomfortable, it's only going to grow. You're never going to get rid of it. It's always going to be there. And like, why would you want to live your life being so miserable? Whenever you face something head on and realize that you are stronger than that and it's no big deal. And yeah, you might be uncomfortable and it might suck for a little bit, but what you gain from that, you grow so much as a person, like nothing can bother you. I think that's why I search out and do crazy hard shit to myself, because I have to prove to myself that, you know, I am fucking strong. Like, I have to constantly remind myself that, like, you are stronger than you.
See, and and again, I'm not afraid to do things that come along that other people would think are crazy, but you like to do it to challenge yourself. I'm always the one that's going, first, is it legal? Is it going to hurt me? Is it something that's going to make me a better or grow as a person? And can I afford it?
Yeah.
And then if the answer is yes, I will do it, and I will do it. Even if it's painful, I will do it fearlessly. I don't care how long it takes, because I put my mind to it.
Yeah, I think it comes with my addictive personality and like the addict side of me, like that I don't think I'm just very impulsive, and I think about it afterwards. I'm like, ooh, can't I do this? And then I'm like, well, I gotta fucking prove it to myself.
See, and I'm like, oh, of course I can do this, because I've thought it through. I'm very meticulous. I've thought this shit through.
I don't usually think anything through. Just like with the bodybuilding,
yeah.
Like I was like, oh, I can do this. I met her, and you're like, it's a lot harder. I'm like, no, you just get up on stage. And
yeah. And how many times did you see my face like going? Because in my head I'm going, this is not gonna work.
Right.
But she did put forth the effort, and as long as she was putting forth the effort and she was going beyond, I was gonna go beyond with her, and she could figure it out herself. It wasn't my place. I tell her one time, and then that's all I need to say, and then she'll figure it out, and she did. Now you've learned a whole vast thing from.
I still have a lot of learning to do, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
You've learned a lot.
Yeah.
So we're probably not going to stay in here too much longer.
Right. Yeah, we're pretty good on time.
But again,
we would love to hear y'all's stories.
Yes.
Because I know not everybody's like me or like Noelle, and we just, you know, I feel like there was a quote I heard. I'm not going to remember. I just dory brain, but. You know, it was one of the podcasts I was listening to, and they were saying that there's two types of people. You can either ride the roller coaster of life and stay on the roller coaster of life and be safe, or you can just.
It was in a Steve Martin movie with all the kids. Yeah, and they were the grandmother was talking about riding the roller coaster like life, and she was talking about that some people are too afraid to get on.
Yeah, some people are afraid to get on. Some people get on it and just go over the roller coaster.
Some people watch it from the bottom.
Yeah. So like, what do you want to do? The day in, day out mundane, or do you want to ride the roller coaster? Because it's way more fun. It's scary as fuck, but what you get out of it is so thrilling and so fulfilling. Like, why wait?
And the main thing that I want people to understand is, we're not saying that everybody has to be, you know, like, oh, I love pain, blah, blah, blah. We just want people to understand that it is human to feel pain, to be afraid of pain. It is human to be knocked down. It's human to fail. It is human to be depressed. It is human to let things overcome you.
To be insecure and like be scared to put yourself out there.
And there are some things that anatomically and biologically change your body. When you go through death and grief and financial, you can't help what your brain does. But what we're trying to tell you is it's okay.
It's okay.
You can be confident that it's only temporary. You don't know how long, but you can get help. You can do self-help, or you can just really learn to stay in it and ride the wave until you start to feel better and come out of it. And that's okay.
Right.
Pain will do that to you. You don't have to let pain overcome you.
And also to know that you're not the only one. You're not the only one that has gone through that, or been through it, is going through it. And the more you are vulnerable and you talk about it, you'll be surprised at how much you help other people, or someone's like, oh my god, like, that you just connect. Like, it's
And I can do a whole show on death, because most everybody in my life has died at some point. I'm laughing, but
and I can do it on addiction. I mean, like the same thing. Like, it's crazy, and it's scary to talk about, when you do, you help a lot of people, and people reach out.
And if y'all want us to talk about that, you just DM us and we will. We just want to make sure that we're talking about things that people can identify with. Right. But she can talk about addiction, I can talk about death and grieving and how I got through it, financial stuff, and that's painful.
It's
painful.
It's all hard. It's all hard. It all feels like it's never going to end.
Yeah, or self-esteem issues or body issues. We can talk about that. That is also painful. All right,
we got to cut it off.
This was so much fun. So this was more serious than what we normally do, and it's pre-recorded because that way we can upload it good. So just give us your feedback, like, subscribe, join, whatever. Send us love, And comment.
Come to destinations.
And come
Yeah.
to destinations. Cool ass gym. It's a cool ass gym. So, we love everybody. So, from Behind the Games, this is Noelle.
Leslie.
And we are out.